5 to 6 years now with my mentors. And of course, I just want to give you an insight, just an introduction today, कि ये कैसे काम करता है, and how you can also start thinking a little differently when a patient comes to you with recurrent injuries. I'm also a certified Pilates trainer. Completed my Pilates from APPI UK, MATwork 1, 2, and 3. And I am also completed my post-graduation in musculoskeletal and sports. And I've been practicing physiotherapy for the past 10 years now. So meanwhile, I want to make this session a little interactive because there are some concepts on core, some concepts on movement that you would already know. So I would like to know, can you hear me now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the audio is clear.
The audio is clear, not clear?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just that I wanted to make the session a bit more interactive. Therefore, we've kept this chat box. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and just in case you know what to answer for that, or if you would like to volunteer and answer for that, please use the chat box. I'm going to constantly read the answers. And if I feel that there's something that needs to be added up to it, we'll do that also.
So I think Dr. Alfia, you can start asking your questions, whatever they are, please.
Yeah, okay. So let us start. So I would just like to know from all of y'all, what is your understanding of core, or what do you know about core? So everybody who wants to answer, my chat box is open. So aap answers likhiye, so I will be able to read your answers. But I really want to know how many, because we have a good number of participants and everybody has a different insight of core. So what do you really know about core? I would like to know. Okay, we've got one answer. Anyone and everyone, please volunteer and write. Just, of course, I'm going to let you know. Yes. So we have So I'm going to wait for 1 more minute. Let the answers pour in. Okay, so we have quite a few answers, and most of the answers say that it is the stability component, or it helps in stabilizing the body. Dr. Sheetal has mentioned it has 4 components like a canister, and it has 4 components, that is the diaphragm, pelvic floor, anteriorly rectus, no, it's transversus abdominis, and posteriorly it's multifidus. So I don't know, she's written TL, which I don't know. what she means by that. But so anyway, so of course, so it does form your posture. It's a base of all movements on which it can take place, deepest layer of muscles for stability, framework for limb to function efficiently, mechanical center point of the body. Mechanical center point of the body is thoracolumbar fascia. Okay. So everybody has a vague idea of what core really is. Of course, very, very importantly, it is and it does take part of the stability. So core basically, so let me just share my screen with you. Okay, can everyone see? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. So core basically are the group of muscles that are closer to the trunk. Okay, they are divided into two basic components: local stabilizers and dynamic or global stabilizers. Okay, now the word core is relevant only to the trunk. When we are talking only about the trunk of the body, the word core is applicable. Though you have local stabilizers and global stabilizers, even in your limbs, it's across the body, but then they don't form your core. The core applies only to the trunk muscles, which are closer to the skeleton. Okay, its main role lies in stabilizing the skeleton during functional and physiological movements. Okay, now the stabilization, it takes place at two levels. There is intersegmental stability and there is dynamic stability. So intersegmental stability, that is, for example, like we're talking about the deep core. That is, Dr. Sheetal, I think, had mentioned that it's about the four components. That is the pelvic floor at the bottom. You have the transversus abdominis in the front. You have multifidus at the back, and you have diaphragm on the top. So let us talk about the multifidus, which forms the deep core. Now, these deep core muscles, they take care of the intersegmental stability. Okay. So whenever I want to initiate a movement from the back, then my multifidus kind of contracts immediately and gives me, so, and forms the intersegmental stability at my spinal level and doesn't allow it to lose the transition or lose my posture. So say, for example, I'm initiating a walk.
Just a second, Alfia. Just
Yeah.
a second. Can you please start this thing, slideshow? Just click on the slideshow.
I'm not having that option actually.
नीचे होगा right side में slideshow का
Okay.
option.
Yeah. Okay. Is that better?
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I'm so sorry.
No problem, please.
Yeah. So let us come back. So that's with intersegmental. So say, imagine I want to initiate a walk. Okay. So when I'm going to just start or initiate my walk, just even before starting the movement, my brain will send signals to my local stabilizers. My multifidus and my transversus abdominis will tighten up, and it will not allow any intersegmental distranslation or my intersegmental translation to be lost. That it will avoid. So that is intersegmental stability. And dynamic stability, anyone who wants to mention any kind of dynamic stability? Okay, fine. So just in case, say that with the same example that you are trying to walk, and when you're walking, my deep fibers of gluteus maximus or my external obliques, internal obliques, all of these muscles are my dynamic stabilizers. They are my deep muscles, but at the same time, my dynamic stabilizers, which take care of my body or my posture when I'm trying to move. Okay? Is that clear? Now, the core muscles are, of course, skeletal muscles, and they have both slow motor units and fast motor units. Okay? So this is an example of the core muscles. That is, you have your external obliques, your psoas. The psoas major also is a very important core muscles. Your adductors, multifidus, gluteus medius, minimus, maximus. All of these are your dynamic stabilizers. Because on the second slide that you see, that is, you have your pelvic floor, your multifidus, and your transversus abdominis, which are your deep core, or which are your local stabilizers. Okay. Now, why learning core is so important? So if you imagine a trunk of a tree, okay, so it's the core is stabilizing our trunk. Okay, so similarly, imagine a trunk of a tree. If the trunk of the tree is not thick and stable, the branches will not be able to move very efficiently. The branches sway. The branches are swaying and moving efficiently only because they know that the trunk is stable and the tree is not going to fall. Similarly, with our body, the trunk that is made up of the local and the global stabilizers has to be very, very strong and stable. It has to avoid any kind of intersegmental distranslation or inhibit excessive or excessive movements or excessive glides for efficient limb movement. Okay, so this is your core. Now let us go on the characteristics of each. Okay, so your core muscles, you have local stabilizers and global stabilizers. So we'll talk about, so both have their distinctive characteristics, and let's talk about the characteristics of each of them. Okay, so first we'll start with the local stabilizers. Like I also mentioned earlier, that it increases the muscle stiffness, okay, and it controls the intersegmental translation. Okay, so every time I'm going to initiate a movement, I'm going to feel my transversus abdominis is going to contract. So say for example, you are doing any activity, you can always, so if everyone can see me, wait, let me just stop sharing. Okay, now can everyone see me? Okay, so what I want all of you all to do is, you all can keep your hands on a table or any object in front of you. Okay, and now try and press it down. Okay, when you're going to try and press your hand down, you're going to feel something happening, some muscle work in your abs. Do you feel that? If yes, just put your thumbs up, I would know, or just put your thumbs up on the chat box. Right, you feel. So that is when your body is actually trying to initiate a movement, your deep core or your local stabilizers are already acting to control your intersegmental mobility. Your intersegmental mobility is controlled at that level, that when you are even trying to initiate a movement. So this was just an example. So imagine you're trying to push, you're trying to carry an object, you're trying to carry an object and walk somewhere, you're trying to bend, you're trying to get up. Doing all of this, your local stabilizers are fired first. And their main role, the main role of the local stabilizers is giving you intersegmental mobility. Okay, I will be sharing the screen again. Okay. Okay. So of course it controls the neutral joint position. So so just a revision of what is a neutral joint position. That is, your spine, we know, is an inverted S. Okay, there's everybody, each and every individual will have different spinal mobility. Okay, depending on the orientation of my joints, depending on my posture, हर किसी का spinal mobility, the range of motion a joint offers is different. Okay, so neutral joint is, you are in the center, that is the 50-50-50 of your extreme movement. So for example, if I'm looking at my neck, okay, okay, let me again just stop sharing. So neutral spine means, imagine my neck, okay, I am forward 100%, I am back 100%. When I come to the center, 50 is my neutral for the neck. Okay, for my shoulder, if you can just see my shoulder, okay, I am protracted 100%, I am retracted 100%. I am in the center, I am in the neutral of my shoulder. Okay, so similarly, a 50-50-50 in your full spine. Okay, so for your